Hi, Kevin Blanch. I want to talk about busts and bubbles. How do we identify when something's going to bubble on at the top? You know, I've been saying it for the last 2 weeks. I ride the bus, and I was on the bus, and this bus driver, who I know, nice old guy. He's married his second wife to this woman who's completely psychotic, insane. You know, I mean, seriously, I'm not just joking. She's nuts. The whole freaking works. Her sister was married to a friend. I mean, some of the most insane people I ever met. He's telling me, yeah, my wife's all freaking telling me I need to buy silver and guns. I said, she wouldn't know the first thing about investment. He says, yeah. I said, you realize silver's $46, $47 an ounce right now? Please, a little late. You know what a stunt move that? I told myself, I was riding on the bus that day, I said, as soon as I get to my computer, I'm going to freaking buy the leverage. Because I've been thinking about buying the down on silver, you know, and look, if you're a trader, you make 25% in a few days or whatever, you're crazy, just sit it there. I mean, them kind of gains, take them. And if you bought gold and you got to way up there, why would you sit and risk the whole thing? I mean, yeah, you might be wrong, but don't leave it all on the table. I mean, come on, that's how, I know people that will ride it all the way down just like they got the dot-coms, just like they did their house, whatever. Now, how do we identify buying time or a bubble? I think it counts with years of gut instinct. As Joseph Kennedy said, the cab driver got in the car, and you know, I got in the car and I've been thinking about it. He'd give me a list of stocks to buy, so I shorted the market the next day, ended up with billions. Things fall much faster than they rise. The greatest wealth in these worlds have ever made are not on the way up, on the down. Ask George Soros. That's where he's made all his money. And you people saying, oh, shorting stocks, Dress, oh, God, you believe this so sad? Please, that's what markets are all about. Granted, they have not been regulated enough. I'm a Wall Street guy, and they have not. It's pathetic, the thieves, what they did. Pure freaking thieves. But as far as gold, what is the probability you thinking of going to 3,000? Yeah, maybe you're right. But look, you have to start to smell bubbles. And as things get higher and higher and higher, whether it be a dot-com stock, whether it be the equity in your home, the price of a home, commodities, they don't go forever for two said reasons. One, they get outpriced the buyers themselves, which I think that's happening in gold. You start to get to a rising price in things, people will quit buying it. Now, gold's kind of an aberration because there are no really demand side elements of gold. Some, you know, some jewelry, but it's a teeny small component. So as the price gets higher and higher and higher, as safe haven, less people will go in. For that very economics, scarcity in your wallets, your dollars, how much they're worth. I honestly believe right now, I think we're in a bubble. I think we're in a commodity bubble. Now, all tied into the dollar, and as we have this debate going on as far as getting rid of QE2, and you do understand what QE2, Alan Greenspan, the science fiction economist, lowered the interest rate to zero so long when it didn't need to be lowered. When it came time to be able to use that component, they didn't have it. So they had QE2. Do you realize they go in and they buy our bonds in our own bond market? Wow, how crazy is that? And if you think Bernanke and Obama created this monster, oh no, you can blame one guy, Greenspan. That guy will go down as the worst monster, terrorist, evil. He is an economic terror. I mean, his Ayn Rand philosophy, which he's no Ayn Rander. No, I mean, falsely stimulating the interest rate to the downside. I mean, to where you have no bullets to use. So they're buying bond markets. But I smell a bubble. I honestly do. I smell a bubble in gold. And I may be wrong. And don't sit and say, oh, you're full of shit, blah, 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 you know, because I get these freaking attacks all the time. I remember last year, and we'll be going over my year. I put up my portfolio a year ago. We're going to be going over it. And then I had a bunch of assholes come in and, well, this is what we want. I remember I said Apple was about $200. Oh, God, Apple will be $50, you know. I'm all for debate and argument if you got some substance to the argument. Just don't say something like, it's too high priced. Really? Do you know what the multiple is? Oh, gold's going because. Fox News said, you know, a little late. Like Jimmy Rogers says, the guy with the bow tie, he was chirping this 10 years ago. Now, if you got into gold 9, 8, 7 years ago, more power to you. But I smell a bubble. I honestly smell one. I'm starting to see people go into these freaking markets that have never invested in their freaking life. They're hoarding into them. That is the classic sign. It is the classic sign. It's out there. Now, granted, as things come down, and it's not just going to be, maybe it will. But if you got, or you have, folks, some money,
and you've made a bunch of money, be careful with it. Don't ride it all the way down. I mean, granted, you might get some more upside, but be shrewd about this. Kevin Blanch.